Hey there, and welcome to Plants vs. Germans. Today, I want to give you a short update on all the exotic stuff I'm growing here in Germany and what works and what didn't really work this year. So let's get started. So I'm starting in this greenhouse tunnel today, and I have a couple of things that I tried out this year for the first time, and some that I know that grow really well here in Germany. One of them is the tomatillo in the back here. It started flowering. The plant looks big, but it is tiny for what it could be, but it will turn out great. It's a bit in the shade in the back here, so it would have been probably better just to plant it outside in the full sun, but I will definitely be able to harvest some tomatillos there. On the other side, we have something that takes over everything here, and this is the Kivano. So it's a kind of cucumber melon mix. It tastes like a cucumber, it looks like a really fancy melon with spikes. And I have 3 plants here, one in the back here, and another one in the back there. And as you can see, they're just branching all over. Unfortunately, I don't see any female flowers on it. I have a ton of male flowers here. Oh, this might be a female actually. I'm not 100% sure right now. But yeah, it will probably start producing soon, and this will go really well. On this side, I have something hanging here. This is a watermelon. I think the variety is Sugar Baby. It actually stays quite small, obviously not this small, but as you can see, the plant is not looking too great. It's not big. I was hoping for it to grow a bit bigger before producing the first female flower, but yeah, that's sometimes what you get, especially since I haven't been here for 3 weeks. So this turns out to be quite difficult here in Germany. We've tried growing watermelon tons of times, and we might have gotten like 1 or 2 fruit out of 2 or 3 plants that were decent, but it is still tough because the weather conditions fluctuate here. So sometimes it's too dry, sometimes it's too wet, sometimes it's too cold. This year it's been too cold for the last 3 weeks. Can't be too wet in the greenhouse, right? But yeah, I'm hoping that next year I'll make it work better. On this side here, I have a honey melon. The variety is Kiko. And it started branching out here and growing up the trellis here too. I don't see any female flowers yet, and yeah, it's getting kind of late, so I'm hoping that it will still produce some male flowers in the back there. But yeah, so this hasn't worked out perfectly yet too, but I blame it on this summer being too cold. What definitely works, especially in the greenhouse tunnel, are those herbs. This is like an olive herb. This one is called Gyroskraut. I don't know the English translation. And this is Vietnamese cilantro or Vietnamese coriander, and they're doing like really fine, especially since like I said, I haven't been here for 3 weeks, and they've just grown massive, and I really have to start using it for cooking. So that definitely works. They probably would have worked outside too, but the summer has been pretty cold, so with all those tropical or exotic herbs, you'll have to just be lucky with the summer. The same goes for the shiso in the back here. It's been growing like crazy too, and I definitely have to start using it in my Asian cuisine. What I had really high hopes for are those 3 plants in the back here. Those are, I don't know, the German word is Melonpear, Melonbirne, or it's a pepino. So they are still super small. They're a bit bigger than when I left, but yeah, I was hoping for them to grow massive in that time and actually produce some flowers already. But as you can see, this one is pretty light, and the one in the back too, this looks fine. I think this had way more sun than the other 2, so I think that was the main problem for those plants. But yeah, hopefully they will still produce some flowers, and I just hope that fall is going to be warm too, so the fruit are able to ripen. But that's something I had really high hopes for, and it might turn out good. I started a bit too late with those. You should start growing them in February inside, and I think I started in April, May, because my first ones just died, unfortunately. But yeah, fingers crossed. Something I was hoping for to produce fruit this year too is my tamarillo in the back here. It's not looking too great right now. It had a lot of pests on it during early May and June, but they've all died off, luckily. But yeah, it's been sitting in full sun, and it tends to be a bit dramatic, right? So the leaves are just curled up like this. During evening it looks fine again, especially since the soil is still moist. But yeah, I was hoping for it to bear fruit this year. I planted this last year and I brought it inside for the winter, and yeah, maybe next year. Luckily the stem is starting to turn into wood, so I think next year it might be big enough, especially if I kill off all the pests early during the season, that it can just put all the energy into branching out, producing flower. Yeah, fingers crossed for next year. Something that has not been commonly grown in Germany so far are those acorn squash. And I have 4 plants, one here, there, and right here. And they've grown massive. Like, each plant has 2 big acorn squash on them. I think this is the cream of the crop. As you can see, it already turns light yellow. This one should be a cream of the crop too. And those 2 are white pearls. I have 2 big ones sitting here, and as you can see, another 2 coming up right away, and a 3rd one. So this plant is just producing like crazy, and I definitely have to look into it when I can harvest my first ones. I think they have a really fast harvest time, so hopefully I'll be able to just get some off real quick so the next fruit can start to develop. But that's definitely, if they taste good, I'll grow them next year for sure, especially since it's a squash, right? But it's not branching out a lot. It looks more like a zucchini in the way it's growing. So yeah, that's something just to save space if you don't have enough room. Yeah, but it definitely works here in Germany. You can hardly tell, but I'm actually growing some Azuki beans here. So those are red beans from Asia that are commonly used in Asian sweets, but also in some savory dishes. It's a bush bean, so it doesn't need a trellis, but yeah, all the weeds have taken over, unfortunately. Definitely have to clean this up in the next few days. And my trellis for my runner beans just fell over and was laying on top here for probably a few days. So that hasn't been perfect. That might be the reason why they're so light. But yeah, they will probably just produce some fruit too, or some beans rather. And I'll be happy just with a few to use. So my last experiment I had this year was in this big bucket here. There's still some water in it, which is good, but I was trying to grow some rice in here, and unfortunately the plants just died away. When I filled the bucket with water first, or the first time, there were a lot of just bugs in there, and they just started eating my rice plants. And the rice plants, or the seeds I've sown in there, didn't really start to germinate. So I will give it a try next year again, because it's a bit too late for this year. But I'm still hoping that I can make it work here, because I definitely want to grow my own rice just to have the experience once. So this has been an update to all the exotic fruit and vegetable I'm growing right here in Germany right now. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and comment down below what kind of exotic or unusual plants you're growing in your hometown.